What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Zandra and I create natural hair, beauty, and lifestyle related content. In today's video, we're going to talk about the 5 natural hair mistakes and how it can cost you lymph retention. So if you came here for this video, stay tuned. Okay, so what is fine hair? You keep hearing fine natural hair. The revolution is really coming. It used to be to where the natural hair community didn't really talk about fine natural hair. It kind of like we was all grouped together in terms of how we need to treat our hair, but that's not the case. That's not the case. Abort mission. Do not follow the regimen of someone that is of thicker hair strands. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why and what mistakes I've made or I feel that could be made with fine natural hair. What is fine hair? Fine hair is when your strand size is low in diameter. So what that means is if you hold it up to a piece of paper, you can barely see that strand. I'm talking about one strand, guys, not like if you group it together. But if you have one strand of hair, that fine hair strand is small in size. So there's fine, medium, and high or thick strands, I guess you can say. So the people that have thick strands can tolerate a little more, it's more durable. It's more able to take on different things and still be strong. Fine natural hair is where you have to be more delicate and gentle. And I'm going to list out literally every mistake that I think could come up with fine natural hair if you're trying to retain lymph. Okay guys, so here are 5 mistakes that you can make with your fine natural hair that will cost you lymph retention. The first one is that you play in your hair too much. So when you're touching your hair, your fine natural hair, and you're playing in it and swirling it around your fingers and grabbing it and pulling it, that's basically a sure way to get split ends. A sure way to get split ends, a sure way to get breakage, and all that stuff you don't want, because our hair is not as durable as some people with thicker hair strands. I have this issue as well. Sometimes I find myself playing in my hair. I have to stop it, especially if my hair is dry. So like now it's time for wash day. After I film my videos for today, I'm going to wash my hair and install a protective style. My hair is not moisturized right now, like to where it's holding on to moisture. Like literally it's like, you know, like SpongeBob. It's like that, like it's craving moisture right now. Number 2, in terms of the mistakes you may make with your fine natural hair that cost you lymph retention, is that you don't deep condition enough, guys. So deep conditioning is essential for your fine natural hair. Why? Because a lot of the deep conditioners contain a lot of healthy ingredients. It contains like, whether that's shea butter or protein or whatever the case. Basically, our hair needs a moisture protein balance. So if you are moisturizing your hair properly, your hair will retain that moisture. And then of course you need the opposite of that, which is protein, and that's my next tip. But as far as this moisturized deep condition tip, you want to make sure that you're deep conditioning at least every 2 weeks. Some people don't need every week. It just depends how much your hair needs extra moisture. For me personally, I prefer to do it once per week just so my hair is trained to be moisturized. Okay, so the third tip is you don't use enough protein. Now, protein is like the GOAT of hair because it's basically something that allows you to keep the resilience, the elasticity. You know, when people pull out their hair and it boings back to original shape, that shows that you have a good protein moisture balance. People tend to forget, especially like fine hair naturals or low porosity naturals, they tend to forget to add protein, and they kind of just like use a deep conditioner that has protein, but that's not enough. At least once or twice per year you should be using a stronger protein treatment, and as long as you balance it out with the proper products, such as like a moisturizing conditioner, a moisturizing deep conditioner, everything will be balanced in your hair. That's the tip that I will give, because fine natural hair is missing an entire layer that every other hair strand has. It's missing a whole top layer, which means it needs even more reinforcement to add that strength back up to it to prevent those split ends and things like that. The 4th tip is that you use harsh detangling methods. So when you are detangling your fine natural hair, you have to be extremely gentle. It's even some fine natural hairs that don't even believe in using tools, but I believe you can use tools. I just believe you have to be very delicate. For me, I have fine natural hair that's high density, right? So when I have high density, that means I have more fine natural hair strands that wrap around each other. So I literally did this a few days ago. I took a little piece, like a 1-inch quadrant of my head of hair, and I seen so much shed hair in that section. And then also I seen that basically I had to be extremely delicate with pulling apart my hair because it was dry, right? So you have to be even more delicate with fine hair, and you have to really, I would recommend to finger detangle prior to using a tool. But some tools that I like, I actually did a natural hair essentials video, so make sure to go check out that video. I'll link it above somewhere in the cards, but make sure to go check out that video, guys, because I really go in depth of the tools that you need. So make sure you go check that out. Trust me, you will thank me. You will thank me. You will have less breakage. You will have less. It's a lot of other stuff that you can do too to prevent that breakage, but that's for another video. So comment down below if you would like to see a video of me detangling my hair, or like what I do to detangle my hair. Let me know. So guys, the last tip of this video of the fine natural hair mistakes you may be making to not be seeing the length that you want to see is that you aren't using protective styles enough. So remember the first tip. The first tip was that you keep touching your hair, and this is along those lines. When you're not protective styling, your hair is exposed to the elements of environment. If you blow dry your hair, if you're manipulating your hair, if you're doing anything, and all those little different steps that may be more likely to happen with like people that have thicker hair strands. If you have that fine natural hair, you are best able to retain length when you just leave your hair alone and put it up and tuck away your ends. Trust me, I learned from my years of my natural hair journey. I went natural back in 2014, and when I went natural, that's one thing that I did for the most part of the year. I protective style with wigs, I protective style with braids, and now as I got more length, I want to style my hair more. I want to see my hair more. I miss my hair more. But then I have to weigh those options with not protective styling. You see what I mean? So if I don't protective style, I'm not gonna see length retention as much as I want to. Like, I still could, but I'll have to be super tedious about every little single thing about my natural hair. I will have to make sure I'm detangling very gently. I'm gonna have to make sure my protein moisture balance is always good. I'm gonna have to make sure I'm doing low manipulation styling. So that's what I would say. Protective styling is the next level. Low manipulation styles are good and all, but really protective styles, if they're installed properly, if they're done correctly, they will yield lymph retention for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed this video. I think that it needs to be more awareness with fine natural hair. And if you guys also like this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Thumbs up this video as well. That shows that you like this content. And also comment down below what other videos you would like to see about either natural hair, beauty, or lifestyle related content. So without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, ZCREW.